So we can eat Christmas trees.
You ready?
All right.
What do we got?
G. Big saute. Me. 1, 2, 3.
My name is Trevor McKenzie. I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Royal Retreat, Virginia. And I grew up outside of there on a farm. I'm in school for Appalachian Studies as of right now, but I'm working real close with the history department. I've always been attracted to things of kind of an elderly form, and I've come to realize that. I mean, from when I was little, I was into the Civil War really big. I mean, I'd run around with a beat-up Confederate kepi on and a Power Ranger gun and pretend that I was in the, Confederate Army. I always try to find music that connects me with an earlier generation and kind of a continuum. And I think that connection is something, to me, is what I really like about music. I like to use my music to tell stories. I mean, I'm into history and stuff. I really like the storytelling aspect of it. I guess I play songs from people that have influenced me. I like to have a personal connection with the songs because it meant a lot to me to get to know the people and the personalities behind a lot of the stuff I play. And I like to keep that feeling going. It was a very important part of me and very influential on me at a very young age that I got to be around some of these folks, and I like to kind of show the same enthusiasm that they showed towards me, towards anybody that wants to learn this stuff. I don't like to discourage people. That's what the real thing of tradition is, I think. It's the stories that go around what you did learn, and I think that's kind of what makes it traditional music and what I want to kind of pass on. I like the fact that you can play a fiddle tune and say, well, I learned this from so-and-so and he did this, or I really feel cheap when I'm playing a song that I'm just saying, okay, well, I'm playing this song just for the heck of it. I'd rather be able to say, here's where this song comes from, and here's what these people were experiencing that caused them to make this song. And I think that's a neat thing. Music has been an icebreaker. I was very introverted before I started playing music. I still am to a certain degree, but I've become more extroverted due to music. Music has also made me have a bit of a wider base. I mean, I run into people that I just probably would have never met otherwise. Originally, the folks that played it were the ones that were the mountain people that were here who needed something to do on a Saturday night and needed a way to get people to come over and work a lot of times, so they would throw parties that would have dances and stuff like that. And that was originally it, and now there's the descendants of those folks play this kind of music. And then there's a whole contingent of people that have been influenced by a revival and people listening to the early hillbilly recordings from the 1920s and the 1960s folk revival kind of stuff. The same thing that started Bob Dylan out started a lot of people that wanted to experience that kind of rural culture through playing that type of music. So you have people from all over the world who play this stuff now, and it's a neat thing. It probably would have died out if it wouldn't have been for those people. I've never been outside of the mountains really, and I know folks from France and England and Apache Indians, and it's something else. It just kind of brings a lot of really diverse people together. Music kind of breaks any cultural barriers that there are, even if it's cultural music or music like what I like to play, mountain music or Appalachian music or whatever you want to call it, old-timey stuff. If it's good, people will be attracted to music That's what's always interested me, is where you can find connections with people. All music changes, and for better or worse, I guess, and it's always an opinion of better or worse. But there'll always be people like me who are younger who want to stick to the older stuff. And then there's going to be other people who are younger at the same time who are picking it up, that they may take the sounds of what, like a fiddle or a banjo or something like that, and they'll take it and put it into their music. I think what I'm seeing and what I've talked to folks about is the music itself is very rooted to a certain experience, to the land, to the people, to the farming communities. Farming communities are dying. There's a subdivision going up every day. And I think once that's gone, the whole comprehension of what you're singing about or what you're playing is going to be gone too. And there's no way to go and experience that except maybe in a museum or something like that. But you know, you can sing about the little old log cabin in the lane, but if it's not there for you to look at, it doesn't mean much. I think that there are some people from inside and outside who are trying to preserve this whole rural culture, and there's people trying it in Boone. But I think that you have to realize that if that's not there, the music is not going to be the same. But I think it will persist, and I think every time that anybody has ever thought something was about ready to die out, it hasn't. And that's a reassuring fact.